What's going on, guys? You guys know what it is, Power Hour live stream. Gonna go over the trades that we took today, all the signals from the strategy, and then gonna talk about what's going on with SPY. So let's get started. Today we had actually a small gap up, didn't last for very long, pretty much instantly filled the gap. It lasted for about 4 or 5 minutes. Then the gap was filled. You broke below VWAP right on the start of the day. And then you quickly filled that gap from around 2778. Filled the gap, retraced the VWAP, failed downward. Then you had that massive sell-off to around 10 o'clock. Then we started trading around 10 o'clock. Sadly, this first trade of the day, I missed this trade. I was setting up Zoom. I've never used Zoom before. I was setting up Zoom for a business meeting. So created my account, yada yada. Missed that trade. Got in the trade right after, literally the low of the day. We missed the low of the day by 1 point. So we bought a long on the strategy, gave us a buy signal. There was a buy signal here, gave us the 3 points, and then it failed down. Or let's see how long this one ran for. This one went up about 7 points. And then you sold off. Then we bought the low of the day. We, like I said, missed it by 1 point. I went for 3 points and got out. So I got out here. This thing ran for like 40 points. So in hindsight, obviously, we could have made a killing on that trade. This is where the strategy is going to really test your emotions, your fear, your greed, your patience. Because this thing ran for 42 points. I got my 3 points and got out. So we captured less than 10% of that move. Now, looking back at how I ended the day, we actually ended the day negative today. I was down $50 on the day. So we were 1 for 3. That was the only trade of the day we won. We lost the next 2 trades of the day. These next 2 trades here, I missed. I was in the meeting. So my meeting started at 10:30, went to about 11. So I was in a meeting. I missed these 2 trades. These both ran for, let's see. This one ran for about 9 points. This one ran for about 6 points. So as I said last stream, the stream before, it seems like 5 points is a good target. So we're going to keep that in mind for next week. Okay, this is the second trade that I took. It didn't look like this when I took it, so it was a little different when I took it. So when I took this trade, this candle was like a doji. So you had like that candle there, a little small candle. Hey, Keytoy, I appreciate the resub, man. 26 months, very, very long time. Welcome back, Keytoy. Very appreciated. Hey, Og, what's going on, man? I know, and you won the lemons, dude. I don't even know why they were lemons. They should have been my special emotes from way back in the day, but it's all good. What was I saying? Yeah, so there was a small candle here, and then there was a doji. So like it popped up, it had a little bit of a doji, and then the resistance level was coming in. So I took this trade a little early, and then because I took it early, we got stopped out. And then sadly, we hit our target. So I was a little too early. I got a little anxious on that trade. I got in about 2 minutes too early, and we lost the trade because of that. This trade here was not a proper signal, so that wasn't a trade. This one here was a buy signal. We did not take this trade. Why didn't I take that one? I think it was too fast. I think that one was too fast. Let me scroll back and see in the chat. I believe that was just too quick. It didn't give us a consolidation that we needed. Let me see. Yeah, so that one only consolidated for about 15 seconds. So this one was a little too quick. And this one popped up for about, let's see, or about 16 points. So not too bad on that one. And then this was lunchtime. So we don't take lunchtime trades. There was a small trade here that gave you your 3 points. It ran about 5, and then it would have stopped you out afterwards. Let's see. There was also a bull div here. We called this out in Discord. Massive bull div that actually called the bottom of the day. So you had a strong bull div there. This was my last trade of the day. So I took this trade. When I took this trade, it was failing VWAP. It started to sell off. You have the resistance coming in. You have the shading. So it was in the strategy. It was just a losing trade. So I took this one a little early. But even though I was a little early, it was still in the strategy. So this was just a losing trade. This was one of the trades where the strategy failed. And then the real trade came right afterwards. So this trade, same exact system. You had the shading. You had the resistance come in. And then you failed downward. Gave you your 3 points, I believe. So you failed downward. Yeah, you got about 5 points. And then you actually came back and double topped. So if you wanted to take that trade again, you could have. And then it failed downward for about 13 points. So there was another buy signal here. I did not take this trade. Why didn't I take this one? Let me see. I think I just missed this one. Let me take a look at the Discord. Okay, yeah, so I missed that one. It only consolidated for about 20 seconds. I posted it in Discord. This is what it looked like. This is the tick chart, so it's a lot faster than the 1 minute. It did not consolidate for very long. So from here to here, this is only 2 minutes. So this is about 15 to 20 seconds. And then it popped up. So I missed that one. I wasn't paying attention close enough. So we did miss that trade. I'm going to get used to these trades eventually, man. I'm going to get used to these trades eventually. Like I said, bear with me, guys. This is only week 1. This is only day 3 of live testing this strategy. So I have missed a lot of trades. We're ironing out all the kinks. We're getting all those week 1 problems solved. But yeah, I am definitely missing a lot of trades. This trade I did not take. I was just done trading for the day. This trade was actually pretty good. It went down about 7 points. This one here, same thing. This one dropped about 12 points. So I didn't take either one of these trades. Let me see in the Discord. I don't think I would have been able to on one of those. I think one of them was too quick. Okay, no, so I just called it a day. So I could have taken these, but I just called it a day. This is what one of them looked like. You had that little bit of consolidation, not very long, maybe 20 seconds, and then you failed downward for 5 points. So you actually got your 3 points right about here, and then you retraced, and then you got 5 points. So not a bad trade there. Not a bad trade. We do have a buy signal coming in live here. We'll see if it holds. You're right on VWAP. Hey, Cash, what's going on, man? But yeah, that's all the trades for the day. I'm going to go ahead and delete these arrows, clean it up a little bit. Let's go to our cleaner chart. We'll find our levels. Let me grab this here. We'll grab all these levels that we want to watch for the end of the day. I think that's pretty much it. Those are the only levels I really care about. We could also grab this low here. That's basically all the levels we're watching. We'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, so if you guys are in the Discord, I posted all the different changes I'm going to be making for the strategy next week. So this week is more of like a tester. We're going to get all those kinks out, learn some things about the strategy, see what we like, see what we don't like, fix some things up. Next week is going to be the real test. So Next week, I posted all the stuff that I'm going to be changing. Like I said, we're going to be making quite a few changes, but the overall entry technique is staying the same. But take profits and time of day and stuff like that is going to change up a little bit. Also, that meeting that I had today, that the reason I missed a few of those trades, it went very well. I will probably be able to reveal to you guys who our new partner is probably within a few days. So within a few days, I'll let you guys know what this new partnership is about. And yeah, we'll go from there. Keytoy said it's pretty difficult to pull the trigger on the SR levels. Yeah, so it's a lot of the SR levels, if you're using them on lower time frames, they move very quickly. So you have to be paying attention. The tick chart really helps. So if you have a tick chart, it helps a lot because you can see exactly how it's reacting to that level. And then obviously if you throw in some other indicators, you can kind of weed out the bad signals. So like if you throw in the Momo confluence, the OTS confluence, you can weed out all the weaker signals. I'm still in a phase where this strategy is very new, and even though I've seen it live and I've backtested it and it has very good results, I haven't traded it live for very long, so I don't trust it very much. I need to build that trust. So like today, a great example was that trade that I took that was a little too early. So this one here, I took this trade and lost this trade. And because I didn't trust the strategy very much because I lost that trade, I didn't take the second trade, and that trade was easy. That was an easy trade. And then I called it a day, and I didn't take these trades, and these trades were easy. So it's mainly a trust thing right now that I got to get through. But like I was telling JMA in voice chat today, we're seeing the same trades no matter what the market is doing every day. So I am feeling very comfortable that this strategy is consistent. I just need to get consistent with taking the strategy, taking the trades, right? So even though, like yesterday, I didn't take any trades. Today, I took 3 trades. We ended up down a little bit on the day. We missed the good trades, sadly. But from what I'm seeing, even from 10 to 12 p.m., we typically have about 5 to 6 trades every day. And that's good. That's a really consistent number that will help us be able to trade this on a day-to-day basis. So it's looking really good. Once I implement these tweaks and once we get all the little flaws and the little kinks ironed out, I'm really happy with how it's going. We're on a good track. Hey man, what's going on? Let's go back to our clean chart here. Currently resting right on VWAP. What do you think of the Bitcoin pump? I haven't even seen it, to be honest. I haven't looked at Bitcoin all day. I can take a look at it. Let's see. I don't really care for this short-term price action on Bitcoin. I don't really care for it. Decent little pump. You're still failing the cloud, and you're still failing that point of origin. So, not very bullish just yet. Not very bullish. It is a decent pump. But, yeah, still not really a fan. Still not really a fan. Doesn't look too good. Little bit of a bull flag on the 1 hour. Pretty clean bull flag. You could extend back up into this level. Around 71.80. This price action is just disgusting, man. Now that I've been trading like the SPY 1 minute, very, very clean price action, looking at Bitcoin is just disgusting. But yeah, it's still bearish, man. It's not back above its trend. It's not back above its point of origin. There's no high coming in. You're still below your cloud. Cloud is pulling downward here. You do have that support off the 12-hour cloud. We called it out yesterday, but nothing too crazy. I don't think it doesn't look like it wants to go to like 8,000 or anything. It could, obviously. Very strong buy volume came in. But until it reclaims this level, around 72, I'm not impressed. Little sell-off coming in on SPY here. Yeah, Bitcoin options are on Deribit. I think they're the best one for Bitcoin options. And Deribit. Hey, Bitmass, what's going on, man? Lower high being put in on SPY, so if this low is taken, you'd be looking for about 2773, maybe 277. Kind of have like a falling wedge if you wanted to use like a price action pattern here. I looked at the repos already today. There wasn't a whole lot. I think it was like 15, 20 billion. Nothing compared to what it was doing a week ago. Only 50 to 20 billion, right? Only. Quite ridiculous. Little bit of a double bottom coming in here. Buyers trying to hold this VWAP. You're below the 200 EMA and below VWAP and below a red cloud, so definitely slightly bearish. Putting in lower highs as well. Doesn't look too good for the bulls. Let's take a look at today's volume profile. What's it look like? Pretty balanced. Same as yesterday. We're seeing very balanced price action yesterday and today. You're right below POC. You have a little bit of a gap right where you tested. We just tested the gap right down here. You can see that gap around 2776. You got a lot of support down here around 277 like we marked out. Value area. So look at all these levels we marked out. All these levels we marked out line up with the volume profile. This lines up with the value area low pretty much perfectly. You have these supports coming in on that volume node. We have the value area high coming in on these levels here. There's also a support back here on that level. It all lines up. Very, very clean, balanced profile day. But yeah, going back to what you said, man. Deribit options, I never played with them. Sticky used to play with them in the Discord a lot. He was doing Ethereum options. If you had any questions about him, I'm sure he could help you. Buying up off VWAP there. little bit of a double bottom coming in like we called out earlier. You can see the buy pressure coming in off the wicks as well. You can see those 3 wicks kind of in that same zone. Doesn't look too bullish until you reclaim this level here, though. This also almost looks like a 618 retracement if we take this level here. Let's see, if we take this level to level, is that a 618? Yes, it is. So just looking at these levels, you can kind of tell that this retracement here is a 618 retracement. 618's right here. Right on that support. Sorry guys, I'm a little tired today. Nice little buys coming in here. Not a whole lot of volume, but doesn't look like the sellers are pushing it down. Trying to retest that cloud. You can see the buys coming in over here. Let's see, let's raise this up a little bit. Some sellers starting to come in here. Pretty big buys there. 4,100, 23.16. Not bad at all. So what I think it's going to do today is exactly what we saw yesterday. I was telling JMA in voice chat the same thing. Yesterday, what did we see? We saw that gap down, and then we saw that range kind of all day until you retraced at the end of the day towards where you opened, right? And you basically closed right where you opened. So that's probably what we're going to do today. We had that slight gap up, and then now we're just ranging, and it looks like it's retracing just right back to where we opened, which would be around like 279. So right around that high there. So if it does what it did yesterday and it just ranges until the close, you're looking like 279 would be your target. You're currently testing that first resistance. You can see price beginning to sell off already on it. Big buys coming in there, about 3,000. You can see that resistance coming into play. Look at that sell-off right on that level. You pushed above it barely, maybe by what, like 4 or 5 cents, and then you failed right off of it. These 1-minute levels are actually quite impressive. I used to use 5-minute levels on the 1-minute chart, but I found that just using the 1-minute levels was working just as fine. For a lot of you guys in the US, make sure you check your bank accounts depending on what tax bracket you're in, of course, and depending on if you meet the requirements. But they did send out some stimulus checks yesterday. I'm not going to get one, but they did send them out yesterday to a lot of people that are in I think the lower tax brackets and people who are, what did they say? I think people who received their tax returns already were like at the start of the list. So that resistance played out for a little bit. Now we're breaking through it. So it is following my theory that it's just going to close very close to where it opened today. It's a little different on Thinkorswim for some reason. It says we're already positive, but on TradingView, we opened at 279. So it's different on TradingView and Thinkorswim. Not sure why. It might be a pre-market thing. Maybe it's basing it off of pre-market numbers. Not sure exactly. So there's the test of the first standard deviation band. Coming into that second resistance around 2788. Your final resistance would be about 279 until you start to break into the value area high. Very low volume though. Look at the volume at the bottom. We only have about 30 minutes left on the day. This is typically where you want to see that volume start to come in. There's not a lot of volume today. Today is Thursday, Friday. You typically don't have a ton of volume on Thursday and Friday. You get a lot of closing volume, obviously, on Friday for people who don't want to hold over the weekend. You reclaimed the cloud so far. Cloud getting ready to flip green as well. There's that next level. Pretty big buys coming in. Look at the buys on the bottom right. 6,000, 2,000. The cloud just shifted green as well. We'll see how it reacts to this next level. A lot of buys coming in. Look at these buys. 17,000, 18,000. Starting to fall off this level, though. Might see like a cup and handle. So I'll go ahead and grab one of these farther levels. If we do break out here, you'd be looking for this high right here. This is your untouched liquidity. I think this is high of day. Is that high of day? Yeah, that's high of day. So the last resistance coming in would be high of day. And there you go. There's the resistance coming in. Big sells. Hey, Block Tech, what's going on, man? See if we can retest 2784. There's the volume starting to come in. You're breaking relative. Patrick said that was the top of the volume profile value area too. Which level? This one or the next one? Let's take a look. Yeah, right. This level here was. So you're trying to get above this kind of last volume node outside that value area. All this is just exhaustion, where you kind of tried to push higher, then you got taken out. There's not a lot of liquidity up here, right? You can see there's no liquidity. You had a little bit more towards the low of the day. Not a whole lot right here. So if it re-enters the value area, and then it starts to find resistance, you typically target the point of control in VWAP. So like if you re-entered this high here, so like this, and you started to find resistance, you would typically target the POC and the VWAP. So your trade would look something like that, where you like stop loss above the high, and then you ride it down towards that median, right? The mean reversion. That's only if you start to find failure. I don't have any strategies right now that are fully implementing volume profile. I look at them occasionally as like a supplement, but I'm not basing anything right now off of just volume profile trading. You're trying to flip this level. You're trying to find support here. This buy pressure that came in down here was beautiful. Buy pressure came in, broke VWAP, broke the 200, broke the cloud. Literally no resistance, just straight up. You tried to find resistance on that first level that we marked. Broke right through the second one. Found a little bit of resistance on the high here. Then you flipped right above it. Very, very strong. Little bit of sell pressure coming in. If it does start to go higher, you do have that upper VWAP band along with those two levels on that high of day that you would watch for. If you're day trading futures or like day trading SPY, you always want to know where your high of day and low of day are, because you'll see a lot of volume around those levels. What's going on, Josh? You're trying very hard to flip this level. Let's take a look at the indicators and see what they're saying. Yeah, you are getting a little bit of exhaustion. Resistance trying to come in. No bear div, though. Very slight loss in momentum. You could consider that a bear div, but I wouldn't trade that. It's not a tradable bear div. 5-minute bull trap on the lows here. Lots of support came in. Buy signals came in on the 5-minute. 15-minute, same thing. Lots of support. 1 hour had some buy signals as well. You're still resting in that ribbon. You are pinching upward, though. This little pinching technique here, you typically do not want to be trading in the wrong direction of the pinch. If the trend and the short-term momentum are following the same direction, like this, you typically do not want to be trading against it. So like here, it was trending downward. There, it was trending upward. Like right here, this pinch right here, this strong pinch upward, you do not want to be trading against that. It's rare, but when it happens, typically do not want to trade against it. This one is a little weird because there's no volume, and it hasn't really broken zero yet, so there's no clear trend yet, no clear shift. So there is that sell pressure coming in. You do have a little bit of resistance. Loss in momentum. So this actually is a trade in my strategy. But because you're on the last hour of the day, I would not have taken this trade. Because it's very, very sloppy price action. I find the best price action in the day is the first 2 hours. Like 9:30, well, 9:30 to 12, first 2.5 hours. It's the best price action. Lunchtime, pretty sloppy. 1 to 2 p.m. 1 to 2 p.m. is really, they call it like the reversal time. It's like the best time of day for reversals. But it's also pretty sloppy. And then 3 p.m., the power hour, you tend to get a lot of volume. And that's when a lot of big plays will happen. And you typically want to stay out of those. You want to stay out of the way, right? You don't want to get killed in the wrong direction of those plays. Like today, the power hour play was just pushing it back to the open. So if you were shorting here and you weren't riding this back to the open, like I said earlier, you're getting killed. It's trying very hard to flip this resistance. Does anybody in here day trade futures? It's not very often that you find futures day traders. It's a risky business. It's a risky business indeed. It's funny, a lot of the traders that, like JMA, Sticky, me, a couple other people in the Discord, a lot of these traders that were trading crypto or trading stocks, it seems like a lot of people are moving into futures because the futures market right now is very, very active. A little bit of a bull flag coming in. Very, very sloppy price action. Lots of long-legged dojis. Man asked, what is the advantage of day trading futures compared to just buying and selling stocks? It's a whole different market. So the futures market is independent of stocks, right? And the futures market is more lucrative. So you can make more money in a short period of time. You could lose more money in a short period of time. It's much more leveraged trading. So that is the main advantage. But besides that, lots of liquidity. Depending on what futures contract you're trading, the liquidity is very good. So no matter what size your account is, you will not have problems. There is enough liquidity in the futures market for everybody. You could have an account that's $1 million. You could have an account that's 5 million. You could have an account that's 1,000. You're not going to have problems in the future market. No, Patrick, it's the same as opening. He asked, don't you have to be approved to trade them? Obviously, you have to be approved the same way you do with every other account. So, like, you have to be approved for a stock account. You have to be approved for an options account. It's the same as that. It's not like you don't have to be a licensed trader or anything like that. It's nothing higher than a normal approval. They approved me back in the day when I first started trading futures. I had little to no money to my name. And I had little to no net worth. I quit my job to start day trading futures. And they approved me. So hey, Lucas. Lucas said, hi, today I was trying the SR indicator and it's working really nice. 16 trades, 13 wins, 2 break even, 5 to 12 points. That's fantastic, dude. Very, very good job. You did better than me today, man. I only traded 3 times today. I took 2 losses. I closed the day for a $50 loss. I missed out on the really good trades in the morning because I was in a business meeting. And that's the best time of day that I want to trade is like 10 to 12. And I missed out on half the trades. So it kind of sucked. I got in my trades in the afternoon, which I really don't like doing. And I lost a few of them. But that's fantastic, man. What are you trading, by the way? Are you trading futures? Are you trading stocks? What are you trading? 16 trades, 13 winners. What percentage is that? That's really good. 16, or oops. You took 16 trades, 13 wins. 13 divided by 16. You had an 81% win rate. That's solid, dude. That is really, really solid. Good job. You were trading SPX futures? Nice. Yeah, so that's what I trade. Were you doing short term, long term? What time frame were you looking at? Yeah, like I said, man, we're finding that these indicators are absolutely fantastic on futures. None of us were futures traders when we created the indicators. Like I said, I traded futures back in the day, but I never had these indicators. And then we were mainly crypto traders and we traded stocks on the side. Now that we're all going back to futures, we're finding that they are fantastic. So we are focusing mainly on futures. We probably will be focusing mainly on futures for the time being and definitely for the near future. Like I said, because we are shifting towards futures, we will be restructuring our group and our website and whatnot to make sure we meet all the disclosures and all that stuff that go in with futures, because futures are very risky. Excuse me. It is definitely a lucrative market. You were doing mostly swing trades? We're coming into the close here, guys. 15 minutes left on the day. You went right back to where we said we were going, right to the open of the day, 279. So now it's probably going to hover around this open, unless we see a sell-off right on the close. Lucas said, I was looking for some confirmation indicators for my scalps decisions, and the AutoSR seems perfect for that. Yeah, the AutoSR, that's basically what we're doing with the AutoSR right now. We create strategies, and then we use the support and resistance on the AutoSR to kind of confirm where our entries should be, right? And then we look for like the ribbon and stuff to target. So it's a nice little add-on to current strategies. I was just messaging somebody, and I think this is off topic, but this is good for people to hear. It was something about cash rewards cards, right? So like if you have a credit card, you have like a cash rewards card, and people don't understand that if you're spending money already on like a debit card, you're already spending that money. So there is no reason not to use a cash rewards card, right? So like what I do for all my everyday purchases, if I'm going out to eat, buying groceries, whatever, I use a cash rewards card for everything and then instantly pay it off, or you can pay it off before you pay interest, right? It's the same exact thing as using a debit card basically, but you're getting free money. The cash rewards that go along with the payments is free money. You're literally getting paid 1 to 3% typically on most of these cards to spend money. There's no reason not to be doing it. Now, obviously you have to pay the card off instantly or pay it off before interest to make it worth it. But as long as you pay it off instantly or pay before the interest, like I said, it's free money. I use Bank of America ones, Block Tech. Mr. Grind said, what is the SR indicator? I can send you there we go. That is a Fed window. 350, 350, and 355. Fed windows. Here you go, man. Fed likes to pump it. Fed likes to pump it. Sorry, that distracted me. What was I doing? You want a link to the AutoSR? I can send you a link. There's also a video on YouTube as well, on my YouTube channel. If you look at my Oasis trading indicators. That is a big Fed buy there. What size was that? What did I tell you guys? 251,000. They love that number for some reason. 251,000. We've seen that number multiple times in the span of like 2 weeks. It's always 200. Look, it's coming in again. 251,000 again. I don't know what the hell is up with that exact number, but they love it. It's either the Fed or big boy hedge funds or something. But that 251,000, we see that number time and time again around 350, 355. These Fed windows for these repo operations. We see it all the time. Some Illuminati numbers. Yeah, right? Exactly. 251,117. That's pretty funny, man. That's pretty funny. So what does that equal in SPY? So SPY right now is 280, 251,000, 251, 117. That's 70 million. Jesus. That's $70 million. Disgusting. Disgusting. That pumped SPY up. It's up over 0.5% now, 0.6%. There's only 7 minutes left on the day. Yeah, block tech. Basically, what I was saying, man. If you're spending money on like a debit card on a day-to-day basis, there is no reason, as long as you're not stupid about it and you pay off the credit card every day, you don't let it accumulate interest. People don't understand. If I buy something with a credit card, I'm not being charged interest. There it is again, 251. If I buy something with a credit card, I'm not being charged interest right away. It's not like immediate. They only charge you interest if you don't pay it off, right? So if you're using a cash rewards credit card or any rewards credit card, like the travel ones where you get travel points and all that other bullshit, there's no reason not to be using a credit card like that, paying it off, and getting paid to spend money. Like, I've only been using cash rewards cards for maybe 4 or 5 years. Altogether, I've probably made over $1,000 just in rewards. I've made over $1,000 just for spending money that I was going to spend anyway. Here's another tip, guys. Here's another tip. It's not related to trading, just related to finance. If you have a good credit score, if you're not stupid about debt and you know how to handle credit cards and whatnot, what I always do is if I'm going to make a big purchase, so like when I bought both of my computers, what else? When I went on a big cruise for me and my girlfriend, every time I make a big purchase, if it's over $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, if it's a big purchase, I go look at the credit cards and I look at which ones are offering welcome bonuses, right? So I've done American Express, I've done Bank of America, I've done Barclays, I've done Citi. I've done them all, dude. I've got tons of credit cards and they're all paid off and I don't even use them anymore. But the trick is you go out, you look for cards with good, strong welcome bonuses. So like they tell you, if you spend $1,000, we'll give you $100 in rewards. If you spend $2,000, we'll give you $150 in rewards. And on top of that, we'll give you no interest for 2 years. That's pretty common. Well, 2 years is not common. More common is like 1 year. We'll give you no interest for a year. That's pretty common. So both of my computers and my cruise, I put them all on brand new credit cards. I got over $100 back just for doing that, and I paid no interest for over a year. Like, why wouldn't you do that? And on top of that, if you have somebody in your family who already has one of those cards, or just anybody in general, they can send you a referral, and typically, because they sent you a referral, you'll get even more bonuses. It's all free money, man. You just got to look around for it. It's all free money. Like I said, guys, I've made over $1,000 in just free money, just for spending money in the past maybe 3 to 4 years, 5 years. Just don't be stupid about it. Pay it off. Make sure you don't get massively in debt or paying a ridiculous amount of interest. Make sure you read the terms. But all right, sorry. Back to, I sound like a credit card salesman. But back to trading. Just trying to help you guys out. Help you guys save money. Basically the same thing in trading, man. You gotta have the same mentality. Save money, make money. Man said, how is the Fed not buy manipulation? How is the Fed buy not manipulation? Oh, it's 100% manipulation. 100% manipulation. It's the Fed, though. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They run the world. So look at what we did, guys. We did exactly what we said we were going to do when I was talking about pushing towards the open of the day, right? Pushing towards those resistance levels, right? You had that resistance up here. You tried to resist it, and then you flipped it, and then you had that Fed buy come in and accelerate this move, and then you popped it right into that other resistance level, which came from that high of day that we were talking about. So we just retested high of day. So it doesn't look like we're going to break into a new high of day. There's only 2 minutes left. There's no way, unless the Fed comes in and it moons it, which they typically don't come in around this time. It's already over. So this should be the close. No, it's not free to Discord members. The AutoSR is premium. It's our cheapest one, though. Which we will be changing very, 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 very soon. We're going to be changing a lot of our stuff around. A lot of our pricing, a lot of our plans and whatnot. We're going to, like I said, we're going to be restructuring the group a little bit pretty soon. Man said, let's say the stock tanks for any reason. Who covers the Fed losses? Who covers? They have infinite money, man. They don't lose. They are the guys who print our money. They print the US dollar. Sorry guys, my road's really loud. Got a trash truck outside. Yeah, Jelly, that's what we mean. Like, we're going to be restructuring. We're going to be changing the pricing around a little bit. If you're already locked in, if you guys are already on a subscription, you guys are fine. You guys are going to be grandfathered in. We don't know what we're going to change it to yet, but I have been thinking about changing it around. I don't know exactly. Like I said, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing just yet. Mind your ears, guys. Sorry about that. I forgot to warn you. Bell coming in. There is the closing bell. Sold off on the close. We'll watch the after hours here for a little bit. Yeah, Jelly, the pricing will change, but if you're already locked in, you're locked in. I'm not going to mess up anybody's subscriptions. And if it does mess it up on PayPal, I'll fix it. It shouldn't mess it up. I think PayPal's locked in. So if I change it on the website, you should be fine on PayPal. If it does change it, I'll make sure it doesn't charge you anything. Man said, it's funny how Bitcoin dumped right after the close. Did it really? Let's take a look. Yeah, Bitcoin likes to correlate. Ooh, look at that. Jesus. You weren't kidding. You weren't kidding. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying Bitcoin correlates if SPY moves very rapidly. If SPY moves very rapidly up or down, Bitcoin seems to correlate. Bitcoin's up 6% today, so not too bad. But yeah, going back to the business and stuff, we've been growing pretty rapidly on like YouTube, and I've been in talks with a lot of different partnership deals and all this other stuff. And it's just made me think about how we're currently structured, and I need to be structured a little differently for growth, right? It's just a lot of stuff weighing on my mind, trying to find the best way to do everything. Like I said, guys, the meeting today went very well. I will be announcing the new partner probably within the next few days. And then I'm going to make some videos for them on YouTube. We'll talk about that once I announce what the partnership is. It's not going to change anything in our group or our stream or anything. I'm just going to make some videos for them on YouTube. It's more of like an affiliate partnership type thing. It's actually a product that I'm already using. What else? I think that's basically it. That's all I have for you guys for all the new stuff coming. We have another partnership in the works right now, but we have to get some things done before that partnership is like set in stone. So that one won't be revealed probably until like next week, maybe the week after. I'm going to add all these partners to the stream pretty soon. So like our current partner, we've got TrendSpider as a partner. We did a little bit of stuff for BidOrb, a little bit of stuff for Moodrex. We're not partnered with them anymore. Still partnered with TrendSpider. I'm going to be adding them to the stream. Probably put them down below on the Twitch. The new partner I'll add to the stream as well. We'll probably make some channels in the Discord for any questions or whatnot that go along with that. I just realized something. What is going on here? Which VWAP is that? Why is this VWAP and this VWAP different? Huh, interesting. Interesting. This VWAP, this is the built-in VWAP for TradingView. This is not resetting on the proper candle. But our VWAP is resetting. I've never noticed that. So this is the start of the day, 9:30, right? Okay, so that VWAP's resetting. Why is this VWAP not resetting? Huh. Oh, we're on extended. We're on extended. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I was losing my mind there for a second. We were on after hours. So it was taking into account the after hours. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I was losing my mind. When you stare at rectangles all day, little changes like that become very obvious. Do you guys have any questions about anything before we end the stream up? Any questions about the group, about the tools, about the stream, about trading in general? Shit, even about the credit card stuff that I talked about. Anything, I don't care. Shoot your questions. Man said, can you explain the after hours? So the market is open from 9:30 to 4:30. Or sorry, 9:30 to 4. I've never traded after hours, so what are the exact times? I think it's like 8 a.m. to 9:30, I believe. And then 4 to 6, I believe. So it's like an hour before the market opens and like an hour after the market closes. You can still trade if your broker allows it, but it's extremely low volume because almost nobody trades it. You can find some nice moves after hours, like Sticky was showing in the Discord. Sticky made $1,000 yesterday. He had 8 trades, all winners, and he said most of his trades were pre-market and aftermarket. So he's kind of finding a strategy that works in that low volume scenario. I personally hate trading pre-market and aftermarket. I've never really done it. So I stick to regular market hours. It's not, the brokers themselves are not opening early and closing late. Those hours are just, they're available on the market. Excuse me. But certain brokers just don't allow their traders to trade those time frames. The time frames are open across the board. Only certain brokers open the gates so that you can trade those time frames. Yeah, I see you, BlockTech. I'll help you out in a second. Lucas said, where do you put your stop loss when you use the SR? So it depends on what strategy I'm using, obviously. But for the current strategy, I just use 2 points. So I get in on a support or resistance, and I use 2 points. That's my stop loss. So typically, I like my stop loss to be below the supports and above the resistance. That's what I look for. Is there any reasoning for that? I'm not sure, man. You'd have to look it up. Like I said, I haven't done a lot of research on pre-market, aftermarket. It's just, I don't really care about those time frames. I don't see the point in trading in a very low volume scenario like that. Ethereum USDT, I can take a look. So we talked about these levels yesterday. You did reclaim this lower support. You had a nice little dragonfly there. You reclaimed that lower support. One of the most beautiful dragonflies I've seen in a long time. So very bullish candle here, especially since you reclaimed that support. Extremely bullish. Bounced up. You reclaimed this resistance like we talked about yesterday. I said you weren't looking too bullish until you reclaim these levels. Now you're trying to reclaim this level. So I would see how it reacts to this level here. You do have a little bit of a liquidity void kind of up here on the high. But yeah, besides that, you look pretty good. You look pretty good to continue higher if you do reclaim this level. You're forming an evening star currently, which is very bearish. This is a perfect evening star as well. More of a hanging man, if you will. Hanging man candle right after that dragonfly. So, pretty strong candles you're seeing here on the 4-hour. You're trying to edge on the 4-hour cloud, which will lead you right into that support or resistance around 187. I'd have to wait and see how it reacts to this level, though. You could take a low risk kind of buy here. Oh, it's not really low risk because of that hanging man. You could take a buy off the flip of this level, but that hanging man candle is pretty ugly. It's not too good. Besides that, you look pretty good. You did reclaim the support here. Reclaim the support there. Yeah, but I'd say besides this three candle pattern here, you look pretty good. That 3 candle pattern, pretty bearish. Let's see. Lucas said, I personally don't use the stop loss when I don't like the PI disclose. Yeah, so that's one way you can do it, of course. Because I trade such a very fast strategy, my take profits and my stop losses are typically within 2 minutes, I cannot afford not to use a... holy shit, do you guys see this order? 1.1 million. Jesus. Sorry, I got off track. I cannot afford to use or not use a stop loss. I have to use a stop loss. The market moves too quickly for my strategy to not use a stop loss. Sorry, I was responding to a text. You said what? Man said, what kind of movements are you trading in terms of percentage? Blocktick said, thanks for your help. Hey, no problem, man. In terms of percentage, I'm not entirely sure. I do. Let me see. I base it off points. I don't base it off percentage. So I'm looking for like 3 to 5 points, which is, let's see, about 0.1 to 0.2. So very, very small. 0.1 to 0.2%. And then my stop loss is 0.07. So extremely tight. Extremely tight. What is that site with the order book? Oh, I'm using Thinkorswim. This is a Thinkorswim. I'm just using pop-outs. So I have my Thinkorswim platform on my monitor off the screen. And then I'm just popping these out so you guys can see them on stream. This is going to bother me, sorry. I noticed there's a little gap down here. There we go. Thinkorswim is free if you make an account. You don't have to deposit any money or anything. But if you make an account on TD Ameritrade with Thinkorswim, you can get the platform for free. It's real-time data, too. It's crazy that TD Ameritrade gives you real-time data. Sorry, I'm talking to somebody about the credit card stuff that I was talking to you guys about, trying to help them out. They're trying to get into what I do. But all right, guys, I'm gonna end it on that. I don't want to sit here and just keep the dead silence going for content. I will be streaming tomorrow from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. same as usual, Power Hour live stream. If you guys need me, I'll be in Discord as always. Like I said, I will be revealing our new partner probably the next few days once it's all said and done. What else? I think that's all I got for you guys. No stream this weekend. I will be doing the summary of markets on Sunday, so new write-up on Sunday. That will be on Bitcoin, Ethereum, SPY, gold, oil. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow for our end of the week Power Hour stream, and then I'll be back on Monday if you guys don't catch me tomorrow. You guys have a really good weekend. Have a good Friday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow or Monday. You guys have a good night. See you later.